halfway through this, but I got to thinking, I don't know very many people's got these. This is a buell, Ulysses. This was Buell's answer to an adventure bike, and it's a pretty strong answer. As far as that goes, I've run it in all kind of stuff with those street tires on it, and it's pretty damn planted. It's not a 300-pound dirt bike by nobody's perception, but does really well. And just to show you, see that? There's the drain plug for the oil tank. The oil tank is in this one. There's your filler cap. I've already drained it. It's just got a little oil on there. I haven't figured out a way. Right there where it is, and there's exhaust. It gets on it, which I wipe it off. The exhaust runs the whole length of the bottom side. Yes, it's wet, but I just had the primary off and it's been dribbling on it. But that's all that is. It actually still looks pretty dry under here, so that tickles me to death. Over on this side is where the oil filter goes. I haven't pulled it off, but it sticks up in there, right in there like that. Hang straight down, and so you'd have to knock the damn exhaust slap off the damn thing to hit it. They used to make a bash pan for these, but since Buell got shut down by Harley, a lot of that aftermarket pieces are kind of almost unobtainium now. But and that's got a chin spoiler that goes over the exhaust pipe, so you don't see it. That's got to come off to do an oil change because you can't get to the filter. Put it on there. It's the oil filter, K&N. There's a local shop around here, Circle B Sale, Teddy Bird. He orders them for me, keeps them on the shelf. Not very much call around here, but there's the number. If you can't see it, it's KN177. If it's not a K&N, it'll be a brand, but it's 177. All of them that I've found, it's the same number. So, in case you were wondering. Out of the bag, it's got this plastic cover, keeps the trash out. But the cool thing about them is they've got that wrench socket head on the bottom of them. Supposed to make them easier to get off, but I don't know if it does or not. Where that one's at, it's the easiest one I've ever had to get to. I just use these big ass dogs. They're power tracks, they're not channel lock, but if you buy channel locks, they actually have big ass wrote on them, B-I-G-A-Z-Z. So that's what they call them too, so I'm not just making this up as I go. This is the chin spoiler I was telling you about. It's pretty much a cover. That's where the bash, you'll take this off and put the bash plate on. That's it. It goes further back on one side than the other, but that's it. This is one of the most important steps in an oil change, and I do this on whether it's my truck, my car, any of my bikes, especially my bikes. But if it's got a screw-on filter like this, anything besides a paper filter, because that would be almost impossible to do what I'm fixing to do with this one. Yes, I just filled the oil filter up. Y'all know me, you may have heard me say in the past, wet the filter before you put it on. That's what I'm talking about. Pour it full, and then like I said, it'll go about halfway down. Reason being is you got oil in the filter, and you're not waiting on the oil pump to pick it up all the way from the tank, and you don't have a dry motor as long. Your pressure comes up pretty fast. And this right here is the difference between just filling the oil tank up and when you crank the bike. I've heard certified mechanics at a dealership say, just rack the throttle, rack the throttle. Well, you're racking the throttle on basically a dry engine. You do this, your oil light will go out basically immediately. If not, within a second and a half. Where you're looking at 4 or 5 seconds with a dry filter. This is a big deal when you talk about engine wear, because cranking one is about the most wear you're going to put on one, because it's sitting and all the oil settled, ain't nothing really on it. Yes, ma'am.
A fire truck.
Did you see a fire truck?
That's your fire truck.
Is that my fire truck?
Yeah.
Well, if I had a fire truck, it would be cool, huh?
It's red.
It's red. And this is my little helper for today.
The purple mine.
That purple jacket, that's pretty.
This is my purple jacket.
That's right. You gonna help me?
Yours.
You gonna help me fix the motorcycle?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go do it. Another thing while I'm thinking about it, there's an O-ring on top of this filter. You look at the other one, it had one on there too. If you ever pull that off, that O-ring ain't there, it's still under there on the engine case. And if you put a double O-ring, you think, well, that's twice the protection. I'm gonna tell you it ain't. Because O-ring to metal seals pretty good, but O-ring to O-ring, you might as well not even put the filter on there. It's gonna pump the damn thing dry in just a little in no time. There's the oil filter back on. It's just hanging there. In case you're wondering, that little socket on the end, it is a, back up, I don't know if you can see that, it's 11/16. But I already got it on there, so I'm not going to show you. I'm taking a new one back off. Alright, now I'll get this fill oil. She dipstick. Let's lay that to the side. I'm in here with a funnel. It's actually a little easier to do when it's standing straight up, but do what you got to do. When you're filling all the oil up, a quart and two and a half quarts. That's including what you poured in the filter. Screw this back in. You'll have a low level at this point. If you can see that, it's toward the very middle, or very end, low end. But that's right. You check these for level. If you check it cold, you'll have a high level. And it's supposed to be between the high and the low field mark. You got to crank it up, run it, get the engine oil hot, and then check it. And that'll give you a true reading. That's just how these are done. That's actually by the owner's manual, by the way. I got it around here somewhere. But that's pretty much it. Put the chin piece back on. It looked like a whole bike again. And you're good to go. Now, I guess it's time for batting practice, so we'll get with y'all.